Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Empire Total War with the Imperial Destroyer mod. Last time around we defeated the Danish, and so they're out of the picture. And since then, I'm not entirely sure if I actually showed you last time, but I have been able to set up my trade route. And so, let's see. Right, so you can see my trade income has increased quite drastically from about, I think it was 3,000 or something like that, to 6,000, almost 7,000. So I'm making a ton. Here we see the Ivory Coast, where I've set up my trade. With trading, it's 84 ships apparently, with 4,505 slaves being sent. Most of them, I believe, are actually sent to, looking at this, I believe it was Spain, but now when I actually look at it, it's Spain and Ottoman Empire that gets most of the slaves. And then there's a few shares to the other nations, but mostly it goes to the Spanish and the Ottoman Empire. A lot of it would be sent to the French, but currently, I believe it's the English Navy that is, actually it's the Dutch Navy, or, well, the French ports are being seized. Ah, there we go. It's the bloody British ruining my trade. Anyways, that is done. So now I've moved the army, which I had here. One thing also, yes, I forgot about that last episode, because I was able to actually upgrade the barracks because I had been able to get the new technology. So at this point I can recruit some new units. The Hussar, the Grenadier, and yeah, that's it. The Hussar and the Grenadier. So the Grenadier looks to be very good. He's got an extra 5 points in accuracy. Obviously, it's a lot better in melee attack, morale, and melee defense. So they're really good at melee, and they're not actually smaller than a normal unit. And the upkeep isn't actually that bad. It's only 20 more. What is more is the fact that it's 180 gold more to recruit me at 1,100 gold. So now I've moved over the army I had in Copenhagen, and it's now stationed here. I was able to go directly to Kronstadt, and the army is ready to march on St. Petersburg, which I didn't notice, but St. Petersburg actually, once the Russians take it, it turns into their capital. So Moscow isn't actually their capital. It's St. Petersburg, even though they don't make that much money here. But you can also see that by the fact that if you go to Moscow, it just is a royal palace and it's Grand Opera, and that is as far as it goes. While here you can see that they're making a grand museum, and they're building up to royal palace, and probably a specialized building. If maybe I can go into, I get only my own, but they probably get some special buildings there. At the same time, we can see what's going on in Finland or in eastern Sweden. There is so many Russian full stacks, and quite a few of them are banged up, as you can see down here. I've been able to defend against them, so that's been going well, but there's so many of them, and they've set fire to basically everything in eastern Sweden. So and they've really burnt it down to a crisp. Like, there's no health bar at all. Anyways, for this episode, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take St. Petersburg, and then we're gonna march on the heart of Russia, take Moscow, because that is a big province, and also you can see most of the money made in Russia comes from here. Now, because of the difficulty level, it won't really affect them as much. I mean, we saw what happened to the Danish, even though I had seized everything but Iceland, which they probably make. I mean, they can't have made more than what I'm making now, which is, well, now I'm not making anything, but less than 300. And with less than 300, they had a huge navy, a huge army, and still were able to, stay over water for some reason. I guess they get a massive monetary bonus, which is very unfair. Right. I think this first one looks pretty easy, so sieges usually take quite a while, so I'll probably just go ahead and show you a bit of the action, and then we'll jump on to the important parts of this. It's going to be the march in between, once I've taken St. Petersburg, and then to Moscow, where they actually have quite a sizable force. Mostly it's cannons, but that could cause problems, just because of the sheer nature of the game. Right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and attack. I also brought in the army that I had, most of the army on Iceland, so that's why there's 2 generals. Also, it's good to have 2 generals, because the Russians have a lot of assassins everywhere. I think if we look here on agents, no, there's not another assassin there. But the Russians probably have assassins in the area ready to kill off all my generals, so... but with that said, it's time to attack, or förbered mannarna för strid. And there's 3,000 enemies inside the fort. I have 4,000 men. And yes, let's jump straight into this battle, shall we? Would you look at that? Lady Fortune smiles on us today. The enemy gates have been destroyed by my spy in the city. Which means that we don't actually need to climb the walls, we just need to run straight inside. And that is what we're gonna do right now. So I've split up the force into 3 different forces. One of them is coming from there, one of them is coming from there, and one of them is coming from right here. Each containing 4 units. We're gonna start off by having these guys get inside. We'll probably have to sacrifice maybe one of them just to block the enemy, or maybe 2 to charge in, and then have the other 2 go ahead and shoot down the enemy. At the same time, we've got these guys ready to come in through this gate, and once they're all occupied with that, we've got these 3 units to be able to come in through this gate, which is probably where they're gonna run into quite a bit of problem. So, you know what? Before the enemy is able to shoot at us, I'm gonna go ahead and tell that one to charge in, and I'm gonna tell this one to charge in on the cavalry, and then this one's gonna form line like so. And let's see, this one, we don't want that one to charge in, so that one's gonna form line right there. And as that happens, these units will now charge in and storm the fort. It's going to be very cramped. And as this unit holds them down, you know what? They're evacuating this side, so it's probably better to go in through there. We've yet to be able to open fire yet. Right. Go ahead and attack that guy then. We've got cannon in there. Ooh, this unit's not gonna fare well if it continues like that. This one's holding on. Hopefully these guys will be able to open up pretty soon. Same with these. Let's go ahead and capture that house. And this one's actually there's too many men in that one. Well, there's too little room. This one will be support in front of that one, or behind that one, I should say. Okay, I want to drag, or I want to move them so that these guys... How about we charge there, which should open up for us to fire more readily down at the enemy. And right now the FPS is going to absolute shit. Bloody cavalry is in the way. I want to charge in. I want to get my men in through there. So I really want to break this one, which I'm hoping to break with this gunfire right here. And I could possibly get these guys to pull back, and in that way let more of these fire into them. And see about breaking the enemy that way. Right, back into the fight, guys. Oh, the 2 units not doing too well. I want to be able to get in through there. Right, that's not gonna work. We're gonna get 2 of these 2 to go over to this gate. Don't tell me they're gonna go through that way. Okay, the enemy is slowly breaking apart. This is not as clean as I thought this was gonna go. We obviously want to lose as little men or as few men as possible during this fight. It's a bit of a hassle having to control your men when the game is so laggy right now. Right, have these 2 get in through there, and you're gonna be able to go in here before this one, but I'll tell him to go in right behind you. This one's holding on, but for how long? I might pull them back just to be able to shoot down the rest of these guys and also save them a little bit, so I think that's the plan. Also, didn't I have a general out here somewhere? There you are. Ride up and support the men, and then the other general will ride up here and support the men there. So this unit's falling back, which... Yes, and now pick new targets and fire at will. Come on, fire into this mess. There we go. Get rid of them. 58 men managed to get away. Right, the enemy is actually stupid enough to let us move in and take the flag, which is then exactly what I'm going to do. If they're just gonna hand me the flag, or somehow we managed to get 3 units inside here. Not entirely sure how that happened. But the enemy's got nothing on us at this point. And they're slowly being cut to shreds, and we are capturing. But we lost quite a few men. The enemy general just died, and it looks like most of the garrison is ready to give up at this point. Why don't you form right there? Well, you know what? Form the other way, so you can fire at the guys coming down from there. We have 1 minute left. We have 1 huge unit of enemy trying to retreat out the door. We've got quite the massive melee fight going on here. Mostly looks like Russian bodies. Same over here. They seem to have, they get shot in the back here, so. You know what? This unit will retire, as they're actually probably suffering quite a high number of friendly fires there. We're probably suffering quite a few friendly fires throughout this. So 2 units were really badly damaged throughout this fight. Out of my, let's see, I had 12 infantry units, so it's still a sizable army. We're not going to be able to hold on to this though, since we're going to get the unhappiness that you get from trying to control an enemy capital. And there we go. We are victorious. The flag is hoisted. Sweden has won. And yes, let's go ahead and end the battle. Heroic victory. Let's go back to the campaign map, shall we? And there we are after the victory. We can see that we lost quite too many men, 1,000, so 25% out of our army. The enemy killed only about 600, which means the friendly fire was on fire, to say the least. I managed to kill almost 400-500 men of my own, which is half the losses, which is incredible in its own right, but jeez, that's terrible. Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna be able to hold this area down. Can I set everything on fire? So there's no point in staying here. We're gonna replenish, and then we're gonna start off going directly for the enemy. I was about to say enemy capital, but this is the capital. So I don't want to lose the spy, so he's gonna have to move out. How about... oh yeah, that's our building now, so we can't actually set it on fire. Let's go ahead and turn. See if they move up more forces to protect the bridge, or they will scatter and move to protect Moscow. So let's see. And so we're back off the end turn. As one might have thought, as soon as I got a border against Prussia, Prussia went ahead and declared war on me. So once again we're at war with Prussia, and that leads Prussia to blockade my port. And I'm not entirely sure why. I wonder if I actually can, if I tell the ships to leave, and then, no, I mean, why, I mean, we've got so many other ports that they can send a trade to, but instead they keep sending it to Malmö. We could send it to here in Norway or in Denmark, just so that I get the money. But no, let's just send our precious, all our precious booty, all the ivory, or no, not the ivory, all the slaves, or the profit of the slaves. We're definitely not sending all the slaves to Sweden. Pretty sure they would die of the cold. So no, I mean, but still the profit. Oh, and they, I mean, I am probably currently the only one selling slaves, so that's like a huge gap in the market. Anyways, we're gonna lose this. I'm starting to think that maybe I should have held on to this, but the better province to hold is, I'm pretty sure, Moscow, which is we're going to attack right now. And as you can see, they've decided not to hold the bridge, and instead they're trying to hold the town. So here I can sort of a little bit more go all out. The thing is, I have my spy in there, and he's made the same kind of thing happen as last time. So that is gonna very much play in our favor. We're gonna have to take a look though for these reinforcement armies. But if I'm able to quickly go in there, capture this as the gates will open, then it should be a pretty done deal. But with that said, let's go ahead and fight this battle, shall we? Moscow lays before us. There's actually quite a bit of town buildings here and there around here, so it's a very urban area. I've set up here next to this town with my artillery looking down, and I mean, I could try to corner the reinforcements as I did when I took what did I take? I can't even remember what town that was. Anyways, you remember the battle anyways. So for this one, we're really just gonna go as fast as possible in and cap the point. And hopefully that will work. So without further ado, this all hinges of course on the fact that the spy will be able to destroy the gates. Which he didn't. I was very sure that the spy would destroy the gates. Now I have to climb, and now it's the battle becomes a completely different beast. And we've got enemy reinforcement troops coming in from all sides. this is going to turn out a lot more dicey than we had hoped for. They're moving most of the forces to this wall. First of all, I need to move the cannons forwards if I wish to actually be able to hit the enemy with my cannons. I guess the most important is the 2 Polish units that are turning up in my flank. Those are the ones that we have to concern ourselves with right now, not so much the others. How will I do this now? We've got cavalry moving in. Obviously I don't want these guys to be surrounded. But now, since the enemy is completely focusing here, I could seize part of the gate, which is exactly what we're going to do. And then we can see about at least stopping the Polish from taking part. Have I changed? Oh, I did not change the timer, so I have only 20 minutes. Great. I forgot to change that. Jesus Christ. Right. We're gonna claim this gate. Maybe we can claim this one as well. This is gonna be a tough battle. Okay, enemy cavalry has sighted us and are preparing to engage. Right, open fire, if you please. Nice shot. Let's see if the second unit wants to open fire and help out the forward unit. There we go. More or less the entire enemy cavalry unit was destroyed. Right, you will hold and you will move towards the flank. There's more cavalry coming in. Oh wait! The gate... No, the gate is just open. It's not actually destroyed. Let's see what's going on here. The Polish units are just doing a beeline directly for the gate. They just want to get in at all cost. Ha! The bloody enemy cavalry is actually standing and fighting toe to toe with us. Stupid dragoons. They're actually doing quite a bit of damage though. Oh, and the enemy has now moved troops to blockade my advance. Right, that's not gonna work. Cavalry charge, get that one. Right, we need to reinforce this area with these units. Not a good plan, but that's what we're gonna do. What I need to do is I need to be able to get in there. Which I possibly can if I'm able to capture here. We'll have to see. My cavalry is struck. And we've killed off those guys. Let's see if we can focus in on this corner and what's happening in the forest. My 2 units are being beset by cavalry. The 40-man unit can possibly pull back, fire on the cavalry, and they can get support from this one. And this one will block anyone coming up behind. It's actually a cannon, so that should be no problem trying to hold these off. Cavalry doing their part in holding the enemy. Oh, what are they doing? They're actually charging out. Infantry pull back. The enemy is actually trying to attack out of the fort, which is this absolutely most stupid thing they could do. Ooh, there's just a thick formation of Russian cavalry and whatnot coming out of there. Right, I want everyone to hold fire and wait for me to give the order. You know what? Open up. Pour fire onto those militia regiments. And now the flank regiments, open up. Right, I thought this was going to be a tough battle, but it turns out that the enemy is going to give us the battle. Okay, cavalry can pull back, and then I can shoot the Polish from two sides. And we're going to have these guys trying the best, climbing and capturing this gate. At the same time, the enemy's streaming out of here, getting destroyed by my infantry. And my infantry over in the forest have managed to successfully not die. So they're gonna try to attack over there. Oh, we've got enemy cavalry coming out of there. That's not nice. Where's my cavalry? Where did I send those guys? Back here, deal with these. More and more enemies are pouring out, but we're sending them away. Stupid bastards. Come on, get rid of the Polish and the cavalry. These smaller units, probably not worth losing them. Get them back towards the cavalry. Or back towards the cannons, I should say. Time to start to... No, you know what? We don't need to climb to start off with. What we need to do is start to shoot down all the enemies trying to charge out of the castle. Okay, these two lines will be redrawn like this. Okay, my cavalry is in there now, but I'm gonna pull them back. And the line infantry unit is going to be pulled back just as soon as my men are ready to open fire. And the smaller unit's going to climb, the bigger unit is going to be the one to run inside. Tons of Russian units have been defeated as they, for some stupid reason, decided, you know what, we're going to go outside and we're going to make it an even fight for some reason. Right, pull back. Let's see if we can claim this gate, get in through there. Maybe should send my cavalry to deal with these guys that are retreating. We need one to start climbing here to get inside. And as we do that, I want to close in a bit with the infantry. And shoot the one that's coming out there. And we've dealt damage to this one that's coming out there. We've got plenty of units dealing with this. So what I want to do, pull back here. We're gonna climb here and try to capture, or maybe just get in over the wall. Another Russian militia unit charging out, getting destroyed. I'm climbing the wall, we were able to capture it. We've got one unit here ready to capture, and it's capturing, or it's captured it. These guys going upstairs, while this one is going to go straight for the main point. Right, forwards. Once we're ready here, these three can stream through. You know what? We're going to get cavalry to come around there and aid. Oh, we're ready to capture this shit. Capture this part of the wall to get in through there. Are these guys... Come on, get inside. Okay, now we've captured this side as well. Which means that I can get these 3 units in. These guys are in. Open fire, guys. Cavalry is gonna get in through here. We've got a massive charge of men coming in through here. These guys are lining up ready to fire. Come on, give them everything. Give them a good volley. Right, you're messing up as per usual. Causing a lot of casualties on your own men. Really good. These units at least are coming in good and proper. I want to have these men fire Come on, give me a bit of a better shot there. Right. Cavalry shock and infantry charge should be nice there. And then thing is, cannons actually can hold on to a place pretty well. I think we're going to try to shoot them down as much as possible. And why don't you capture this gate so that we've got most of them, mostly just to stop this cavalry unit from coming inside. Okay, whenever you're ready, please open fire into this mess of enemies. More or less an execution of this unit. Force them away from the flag. Once they're... ah, shit. The enemy cavalry is in through the gate. I were able to capture it though. Ooh, I'm pretty sure they fired canister at me. Yes, they did. Right, it's all done for the enemy. Let's move in and capture that flag. Okay guys, we're gonna get in through this gate. Okay, let's block off the area. And see about making sure that we capture this place. Oh, more cavalry. Ah, crap, they took back this gate. Thought I had that. Right, get over there and capture that. I mean, they're all kind of-ish breaking all over the place. But at the same time, not really. Form squares, maybe that will help. Once this gate is done, I can get in 4 more units, and that should definitely send the enemy away. Currently we're actually taking the flag, so forming the squares have pushed the enemy off the flag. So I'm slowly capturing this. How is this cannon still firing? We capture this gate. Means I can get these 4 units inside. And all the reinforcement the enemy is sending forwards is just too late at this point. Let's see if I can drag the enemy cavalry away from the point. Maybe they'll follow my cavalry. And if they do that, I can easily just focus my men. Stupid enemy cavalry. I'm worried that this unit's gonna give way to this one. And with that, let the enemy in. Ah, they're actually gonna try to get in through this gate. Or try to, they're going to get in through that gate. Okay guys, just a little bit more and victory is ours. Also I noticed that I haven't unlimited the guns and I can fire straight onto this unit. Hopefully get quite a few kills with that. Blowing the enemy away. Few cannon shots, getting in the arse, bouncing through the unit, causing mass casualty, and then anyone that gets through gets shot from the building and from this unit over here, to the point where they lose 100 men just trying to get in through there. Probably gonna lose more as the cannons shoot them down, and we're 15 seconds away from victory. The enemy decided that they're actually gonna try to climb this place. Or even the enemy cannons have opened fire on the fort, trying to break in with firepower. This is not gonna work. And victory is ours. Looking at the time here. Victory. Glorious victory. Moscow has fallen to us. And here we have the statistics of the battle. We lost 1,000 men again. This time it comprised a third of the army. And also quite a bit of team kills. Or friendly fires. 800 men killed of the enemy. Or the enemy killed 800 of my men. While I lost almost 1,200. So almost 300 men lost there in a difference. Line infantry killed off 800 Russians. You can see that my army is very... I mean, they've got a lot of chevrons here. But I'm not entirely sure if it actually adds anything. It doesn't actually show it in the numbers. But I have noticed that some of these units are a lot better at holding their position. So I guess it's just that you're not able to see the difference of them getting better. But there's definitely something happening there. And boom. Moscow is mine. Not that I'm sure that I will be able to hold on to this either. But this gives me an opportunity to fuck this region up for the Russians. Quite a bit. And send them back to the Stone Age for a little bit. And giving me time to reorganize my place. So at this point, I mean, it's blitzkrieg really. We've been able to land a force here, quickly take the new capital, and then within a turn, take their old capital. And yeah. Anyways, I think that's it for this episode. So, I hope you guys enjoy this, as I always say, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye!